Write down what you love about yourself right now. All the great things about you right now, write them down. Hey guys, Vicky Lemons here and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am so glad you came back. Thank you for being here. So in this video, we're going to talk about why my husband has never cheated on me. Well, in our case, in our 22 years of marriage, April 15th, 1999, the days we said I do, never one inkling of infidelity in our marriage. Now, remember, I always say our marriage, our rules. That's my number one rule to marriage. Your marriage, your rules. My marriage, my rules. So what goes on in my marriage, what rules we have, what boundaries we have, what we choose to do or choose not to do, that's our business. What you choose to do, what you choose not to do, that's your business. Here is why my husband and I have never had infidelities in our relationship. And I want to make something clear. The term all men cheat, that is such a bogus term because all men don't cheat. And my husband has never cheated on me in our marriage, as well as I have never cheated on him. Now, what's cheating? Your marriage, your rules. My marriage, my rules. Cheating is what you and your spouse decided cheating is. For some couples, it can be kissing someone else. For some couples, it can be emotional cheating. You texting someone else, you know, flirting with other people. Stuff like that. It just depends. Your marriage, your rules. So why my husband has never cheated on me, I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not because I'm so gorgeous and smart and funny and inspiring and motivational and just talented in everything I do. Here's the reasons why. His character. Look, at the end of the day, I always tell him being late is a character flaw. I can't stand being late. But being a cheater, I don't know about you, and what you choose to do is what you choose to do. In my world, I don't want to be labeled as a cheater. That is one of the things that's so hard to reverse the thought process of others. And no, you don't need anyone to validate you by their thoughts, right? Who cares what they think if you have truly changed? But in my case, I wouldn't want that stigma put on me. And I know my husband shares the same values. So cheating comes with lying. You can't be a cheater and not be a liar. You can't be a cheater. This is in my opinion. You can't be a cheater without being a liar. Where are you going? A lie. Who you with? A lie. What did you do? A lie. So in my opinion, you can't be a cheater without being a liar. And lying causes distrust. My husband doesn't cheat on me because he doesn't want his character to be that of what we in our marriage consider to be one of a liar or one of a cheater. So that's number one, his character. And this is in no particular order. This is just in the way I'm giving them to you. Number one, his character isn't that of a cheater. That's not who he is. It's not what he chooses to do. It's not part of who. It's just not part of his being. So that's number one. Number two, we set boundaries when we got married. Cheating and hitting, domestic violence. Those two things we cannot work out. Everything else we can work out. And I have become, and who I am as a person, I am not someone who says I will not tolerate something and then tolerate it. My husband knows that the boundaries we set are something that is firm. There is no wiggle room. If the boundary has been broken, I'm out. I can't tolerate. I would not be able to stay with my husband if he cheated. And I'm not, this is no judgment to anyone that does stay with their spouse after cheating. In my relationship, we don't open each other's mail. We don't check each other's phones. We trust each other to do whatever we trust each other. So we don't do those things, and cheating, in my opinion, would make me want to do those things, and I don't want to be in a relationship that makes me want to do those things. So I could not move forward with him if he cheated, and he knows I would stand firm in that. So the boundaries we created, he understands that there's no breaking them if he wants to continue to be in our marriage. Respect. The third one, the main one, forget love, okay? People have different variations what they even believe love is. Respect. My husband respects me. He respects himself. He respects our union. He respects our family. When you respect the person that you chose to spend the rest of your life with, you don't do anything to disrespect them. You don't do anything to bring them shame. You don't do anything to disrespect the union. My husband is not only my husband, he is also truly my friend, like just my friend. If we weren't married, I know you've heard me say this over and over because it is the God's honest truth. We're not together for the kids. Watch this video. We are together because we truly want to be together. He is my friend. He is my best friend. He is my closest friend. He is my confidant. And if he and I were not married, he would still be my friend, because I know that he respects me as an individual, and he knows that I respect him as an individual. And there's just certain things that you don't do or don't allow to happen to the people that you respect. And we just hold each other to a high esteem. There's no one that we would ever allow to cause that level of disrespect in our union. Remember, these are our boundaries. Cheating and hitting. Create your own boundaries for your relationship, for your marriage. This is what we have chosen, and over the past 22 years, this is what we have stuck to. Some tips for you would be, if you start seeing behavior that you feel is questionable, bring it up to your partner, because everyone's level of what they feel is disrespectful is different. So if you see him doing something that you feel, I didn't like how that made me feel, address it. That's where the boundary now the boundary went from here, and now it's here, right? You are formulating a more detailed, a more clear view of what is expected and what's not going to be tolerated. And over time, just keep defining that. When you see it, make it known. Or, you know what, I like how you handled that situation with that person. It was starting to get a little uncomfortable for me, and I like how you put it into it. That's recognizing, number one, positive, how he behaved, right? Also acknowledging that you saw the behavior, and three, how he handled it, put the kibosh on it, and that behavior was not something that should be tolerated in your relationship. Okay? And that's how you start establishing a clear, defined view of what the boundaries in your relationship are. But what they are is what you choose them to be. And my husband's never cheated on me for those reasons. It's not in his character to do so. He's just not a cheater. And he respects me. In addition to love, right? We fall in and out of love. Respect is something you respect me. He respects me, and I respect him. It's our boundaries. At the end of the day, if he wants to continue his relationship with me, then no other relationship should ever exist. Not in that form, not in a cheating or in a form of with anyone else. These are just my boundaries, and those are his boundaries as well. This is our marriage boundaries. I would not be able to stay with my husband if he cheated, and I've explained why, and he knows that, and he knows I'm someone who would act on it. I'm not someone who would say, I'm not leaving you, we can work this through. We can't work it through. We can't. Now, I'm not saying people can't. I'm saying Vicky and Aaron Lemons won't be working anything through. And he knows that about me. He knows that I am firm in what I am firm when I speak about things, and I have no problem. Deuces, I'm out. So these are the reasons why my husband has never cheated on me. or why I have never cheated on him. And I think that marriages that don't have any infidelities, we're just a different breed, man. And I'm not saying that marriages who have gone through infidelity aren't, they are a different breed in themselves. Because what I will say is, people who do go through infidelities and choose to stay together, number one, if you don't let it go, let the past go and get therapy and work through, you'll never get through it. You'll never work through it. It's just going to be too much. Number two, kudos to you. It wouldn't be for me, but I'm glad you were able to get through that rough time and make it work for you and your marriage. Kudos to you. But those of us like myself, been with my husband since I was 19. I'm now, in 2 days, will be 42. Have never experienced any infidelities, and that's an accomplishment. You know, that's a real accomplishment to me and to my marriage and to me as an individual and to my husband as an individual. And so, not all men cheat, and I think that's a really crappy statement, and I'm a witness to that. And don't get me wrong, my husband is fine, okay? My husband, and not only, even if he wasn't your cup of tea visually, if you just spent 2 minutes with him, he is charismatic, funny. I mean, please, okay? But it's not in his character. He doesn't want to cross our boundaries, and he respects me. And he loves me, and I'm his boo and all those other things, but those feelings can come and go, right? But as always, I thank you for watching. I hope you have gained something from this video. I thank you for watching, and God bless.